Hello, my name is Spencer Ford, board member of the Greater Harrison Chamber of Commerce, and we are entering into our next episode of Highlight Harrison, where we get to interview some local businesses in the area, get to hear what they're about, what they're doing and everything. And so I'm joined by the dynamic duo today of Jennifer and Ashley.
Hello.
Mother-daughter team. Yeah, grateful to have you. There's actually a third owner there too, Angie, and she's also a daughter as well. So sister to you. Yes. So thanks for being here. Really glad to have the opportunity to interview you. So first things first, just out of curiosity for my sake, how did you get started and how did you come up with the name Ahead of the Curve?
You want to take that one?
You can tell them how we started.
Okay. We got started back in 2017 with our youngest daughter, who's not here, crafting. And it was really a labor of love. Went to lots of craft shows and, you never know, you might sell a ton of stuff. You might not sell anything. But it truly was a labor of love. Yeah. And then we kept telling Ashley, we got our little business cards and they were cute. And I kept telling Ash, you need to join us. You need to join us. And she finally said, well, I'll join you if I can have clothes.
So that's where the boutique side started. I've always, honestly, I went to EKU my first year of college and I went for fashion buying. Yeah. And then ended up in a whole nother direction and I ended up in medical. Well, then we come back around and I wanted to do the boutique side. Yeah. So it's been a ton of fun getting started and stressful, but we started off at Dater Montessori. Was that our first show?
Yeah.
It was like a craft show and I had like our boutique items set up and it ended up being so huge at the time is what I thought. Like, I think we sold like a whole $300 worth of stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So that's how it started. Yeah. And then we just did traveling at that point, right? Mm-hmm.
We did lots of events. Ruffles and Rust was a big one for us. Holiday Expo continues to be a big one for us.
Yes.
And then we do, we travel a little bit, sip in shops at different areas. Yeah. We actually end up over in another town at Hamilton Urban Backyard. We do some monthly sip in shops there.
But it was in 2019. We always, at January 1, we always meet and say what our goals are, what we see in the future. And her and my sister were like, let's get a trailer and do a traveling boutique. And I was like, no, I want a storefront. So.
And I laughed.
She laughed. And then she destroyed my dreams. At one building we looked at, she was bursted that bubble. And then what was it, a couple days later?
Well, we walked the district at that point because the other building was in the district. And there was this little sign in the window for rent. Yeah. And we called and
somebody already had dibs on it.
Oh, okay.
But they backed out.
And so they called us on Monday and said, it's available if you want it.
The rest is history,
and we signed the lease Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's awesome. And you are down here in the district, and there's obviously been a lot of momentum happening in the district in downtown Harrison. So what are some things that you're most excited about that's happening here in the district?
So I think that the added bars and restaurants are obviously an appeal. I mean, whenever you have food and beverage, they incorporated Dora last year.
You
can literally stop at any of the restaurants and get a beverage and walk and shop, which is a huge plus for us. I mean, women drink and they shop. Right. I also think that the district's really trying to get more events going. So we do what's called Ladies Night on the Avenue. This was our third year of doing it. We had 50 vendors, food truck, drink specials, DJ. And then the district also has food truck rally. Our friend Elizabeth at OTR, she'll host Halloween on the Avenue, which will have vendors as well and drink specials. Yeah. They have First Fridays, which are always themed.
That started this year.
So that's music. They had a starving artist one. The next one, October 6th.
Is an October Fest theme.
Okay.
And then starting in December, they'll do Second Saturdays, which that one will follow right into the Christmas parade. So they're really trying to bring awareness down here and foot traffic.
Yeah.
So I think that's where a lot of the momentum, and I mean, live music always brings people down here.
Absolutely,
so if you just have live music and street
food,
tacos
drinks,
from
live
Chico's.
music. Yeah.
And
Gotcha.
I mean, and obviously everybody down here are small business owners.
Mm-hmm.
And all of our goals are the same. We all want to make it.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, there's that camaraderie also.
So, well, and this has come up a couple of times already about being a small business owner, and you've been doing it for a few years now. So what are some of those unique challenges that you've faced now that you've been doing this for a couple of years, and how have you overcome them?
Well, our first year was amazing, and then COVID hit. So this one pushed me super hard to do live sales.
Yeah.
I was totally against it. I was not a fan of being in front of the camera. However, we started doing them during COVID, and it was extremely successful to where we still do lives now. Like new shipments come in, we'll do a live. People comment sold, and they get invoiced, and they're either shipped or they can pick up in the store. But during COVID, we would actually deliver locally, and it really worked out for us. So that was one of the biggest challenges we had, and I feel like we overcame that.
Absolutely.
Like a boss.
Because a lot of business,
Yeah. Wouldn't you have to do that?
They weren't as fortunate. Other businesses
Yeah,
weren't.
we really had to think outside of the box. So, and then obviously during our slow seasons, I mean, our busy seasons are obviously September to January, but during those slow months, like we host sip and shops here where like somebody will come in and invite 10 plus friends. They have beverages. We run specials. We also, obviously, Mom told you about the hub. We do sip and shops at breweries that are extremely successful. So we just, we figured it out over the past, it'll be 5 years. We'll be open 5 years in April.
You do what you have to do when you're a small business owner.
And we've actually been able to expand into the other location in Montgomery.
Yes. So we opened up our second location. It's called Painted Tree out in Montgomery. It is literally nothing but boutique after boutique. So that's been successful. And then obviously our goal is to expand, which, to be continued in the near future. So make sure
follow us on Facebook for the announcement.
Exactly. Yeah. In 2019, Ahead of the Curve actually received the Chamber Award for giving back to the community. So what are some of those organizations or causes that are important to you?
There's a lot of organizations that are important to us. And first and foremost, let me tell you, we feel that we have been so blessed that, and God's blessed us, that we have to bless others.
Yes.
I mean, that's just, you know, that's the whole premise, our whole foundation here.
Yes.
Some of the organizations that we have hopefully blessed, one of them was
Celebrate Recovery.
Celebrate Recovery. Yeah. They were one of the recipients of like Split the Pot during Ladies' Night on the Avenue. This year it's
the special needs program at Harrison.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of, I feel like there's a lack of funding from what I've been told. So we were like, for sure, like we'll do Split the Pot, the raffles, everything that, I mean, it's a nonprofit event. So anything that we do receive will go to that. Last year was Franklin County Shelter.
Animal Shelter.
Because I rescued and they needed so much. So that was one.
We also played a big part in Acceptance Week at Harrison High School. One of the our previous employees, she actually ran that.
Who we still adore.
Yes, we still adore her. And she actually ended up hosting a fashion show, which we provided all the clothing for the models and for the first 2 years?
Yes.
And then whatever clothing they modeled, they got to keep.
Yeah, and that's awesome. You were telling me about that a little bit before the interview. I mean, you guys are doing a whole lot, which is great, and giving back. And like you said, you know, hey, we've been blessed, so we want to bless others. Just so you mentioned Facebook, but I want to make sure that everybody can find you, support you. We're a little bit ahead of the game here, but we got Small Business Saturday coming up, which you mentioned is huge for you. So, you know, don't do all your Black Friday shopping on Friday. Come here on Saturday, support these local businesses. But you mentioned you're on Facebook. And then what's your website?
So it's aheadofthecurvegifts.com.
And then you even are able to process sales there as well.
Yes. So you can shop online and then
our live sales.
Yeah. We ship. You can pick up in store. We also, what else? That's it. Facebook. I'm working on becoming Instagram savvy. I am not there yet. I am really going to try for that to be a goal for next year.
So look for an announcement there.
Yeah.
Then. Anything else as we kind of bring things to a close that you want to mention that you want people to know about Ahead of the Curve?
Gosh. We love what we do.
Yeah. And we have awesome employees here. We are open in the evenings. That's always something to mention. We're open till 11 to 7, Tuesday through Friday. So in the evening, if you've worked all day and you just need to pick something up for the weekend, we're here.
And honestly, when you come into the shop, we want you to leave feeling better than when you walked in. And sometimes we feel like we're on Steel Magnolias at Trudy's.
Oh, yeah.
And people just come in to chat, and that's okay. You know?
And I will 100%. As soon as I walked in, that's absolutely the vibe that I got. Just the conversation would just flowed naturally, and it's great. It's great to be here. Thank you again for letting us sit down with you.
Thank you.
So make sure you find them on Facebook, aheadofthecurvegifts.com. Pick yourself something up. I'm Spencer Ford with the Harrison Chamber of Commerce. You can find us at greaterharrisoncc.com. You can find us on Facebook as well. And this has been another successful episode of Highlight Harrison. Thank you both very much.
Thank you.